Welcome back for some more easy blues harmonica, and today we're going to talk about dominant seventh chords, arpeggiating them, and there also is a dominant seventh chord that's available on the harmonica as a chord. So what does it sound like? So we know our major triad sound, which is our 1, our 3 and our 5. It's in second position. So our dominant seventh, dominant is just music terminology. It means flat 7, minor 7. They're basically sort of interchangeable. If you're playing in the natural seventh, it'll be specified as a major 7. That's a bit more unusual. The dominant seventh sound is very common. Hear it a lot in blues. If you like, look up the sheet music, you'll usually see, for example, there'll be C with a 7 after them. That means it's a seventh chord. So on second position, where is our flat 7 or our dominant 7? It's 5 draw. So if we start on 2 draw, go back to 6 blow for the tonic. So we can play that obviously as a chord. And you hear it gives you a bit of a driving sound, like it sort of wants to go somewhere versus just the standard triad chord. That sounds very stable and happy where it is. Usually wants to move, and that's why we sort of use it in blues. Okay, so we can play it as an actual full chord for the 1 chord, but let's go on to our 4 chord. So that would basically have us playing in first position. So we've got 1, 2 and 3 blow for our major triad. Now the dominant seventh is actually 3 draw half step bend. So if we arpeggiate it, and that just leaves us with our 5 chord, which is 1 draw, 2 draw half step bend, 3 draw double bend. And it's just 4 blow for the dominant seventh and 4 draw. So a bit like how we were playing our 6 arpeggios, we can play the dominant sevenths like that as well. But I'll leave that for homework. That's not actually how I'm going to teach and practice this one today. So what I like to do with this sound is, like, I use this sound a lot. And you've heard me use my vamp, like. Technically what that is, it's a 1, it's a 6, and it's a 5. So 2 draw, 2 blow, 1 draw. So if I don't want that 6 sound, which is a bit more sparkly, a bit happier, I can use a dominant seventh instead, which is 2 draw, double bend, and then 1 draw. So let's play around with that one today. So for our 1 chord, we've got that down. What are we going to use for our 4 chord? Well, I want to keep the same sort of pattern, that descending of a 1, a flat 7, and then a 5, and coming back, mainly because it lays out really well on the harmonica. So I'm going to use 4 blow, I'm going to use 3 draw half step bend, and I'm going to use 2 draw. So that gives me my 4 chord. And then for my 5 chord, I'm going to use 4 draw, 4 blow, and I'm going to use 3 draw double bend to get my 5. Okay. So the tricky thing, the thing that I always have trouble remembering, is the 5 chord is, I'm actually looking off screen because I've got it written down. So for the 5 chord, it's 4 draw, 4 blow, and 3 draw double bend. For the 4 chord, it's 4 blow, 3 draw half step bend, and then, usually like 3 blow. So. So we'll tab that out in the description because sometimes I get a bit confused with all my numbers and things. So let's play that one through. Let's kick off our drum backing track. Going to go with like a 90 BPM swing that we've used before. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we feel the drums. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we repeat through. So, super cool pattern, lays out very nicely on the harp, doesn't have to move around very much, but you've got a lot of options when you're moving back and forth, like you heard then when I was going from my 1 chord to my 4 chord. I just use the notes in between as I'm moving up from hole 2 to hole 4. So. Yeah, so super cool, lays out really nicely on the harp, gives you that dominant 7th sound, and yeah, get out there, have some fun.